Thunderstorms are likely for mid-afternoon and evening. There is an enhanced risk of severe storms along and south of a line from here toward Wahoo and Fort Calhoun.
Well, we just got put in our first tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight for 2018. And here you can see it encompasses a lot of southeast Nebraska. If I can get this thing to zoom in right. And most of Kansas, most of central Kansas today. So things are just beginning to get ready to pop. You can tell a little bit out west here, but we're just waiting to see what actually pops. Actually, there's a little bit there as well up top. Anyway, we'll have to see what happens. They said Weather Channel's giving us a Torcon of about, I think it was 3 up here, but a lot better down in Kansas. So anyway, just an update, and we'll see what happens. We'll go as it goes. And it's about almost 6 o'clock. What does that say? 5:47, and things are beginning to get a little bit more serious out there. We've had already a tornado warning up by Fremont, and it looks like there's another one up there. We've been put in a tornado watch until 10 o'clock, and also a severe thunderstorm watch. So looks like storms are just getting ready to snip the southeastern edge of Lincoln here, and then come from the southwest as well. So we'll go outside and see what happens.
15 to 20 minutes. Again, let's put this into motion real quick. And yeah, it's very, very quick moving at about 30 miles an hour. So once again, we'll just recap here. A tornado warning in effect for southeastern Knuckles, southwestern Thayer County until 6:15.
This is a good reason why I need to get one of those toolboxes on wheels and everything to organize all of these tools and everything.
Talking to someone else, that is absolutely hysterical.
Somebody's talking smack today.
Absolutely hysterical. A 70-year-old man coming out here playing like he's talking to somebody else when there's nobody there but me. oh man. Oh, this takes your take.
Some 74-degree day today. Still gotta trim up this dirt they put here. These dirt clods here are not doing anyone any good. But I'm deciding to go over to the hardware store because lifting the deck up here about a ½ inch all the way is also going to raise the front step here even higher up, and it's high enough the way it is. So I'm thinking about just taking a piece of wood here and putting it in between this gap here to fill this gap so no one twists their ankle or anything gets caught in there, and then the deck doesn't shake around as much when everybody's running up and down it. Alright, headed home from the computer store. Got some parts. I wondered if somebody had a flat there. Well, at least they got help. We're headed home. It's well, wow, it's already 7:10 and it's still daylight out. I'm still getting used to all this still daylight after 5 o'clock. And somebody else is down on the side of the road here. Nice day. A little bit of wind here because my window's down, I just realized. We're trying to piece together a old Pentium 4 Hyper-Thread desktop tower and everything. I ordered a couple Pentium D 945 dual core processors for them and everything to upgrade it and everything, but I'm not sure about the heatsink, the cooling fan, so I'm going to see what I can find out, see if I need to order one of those as well, because I don't know if the stock one is going to be cold enough for them. So that's another one of our mini projects we have going on right now. Alright, I'm doing a processor upgrade on this Dell Dimension E510. They said you can do it up to a Pentium D 960, but I've read reports where if you do that, you're going to have a press F1 because of unsupported processor. So I went with the 945D, which is supposed to be the maximum without that error. So I pulled the heatsink out with the casing and everything, and Yeah, it's been a long time since this thing's been blown out. Only 2 screws on the front, and that's 775 socket 775 and everything. Put 4 gigs of memory in it because I don't think it can do more than that. And I'm going to cross my fingers because it does have the BIOS A05 in it, so it shouldn't come up with the processor error. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's an old Dell E510 desktop. Okay, well, I got one of the new processors in there and actually installed. It's the Pentium D 3.4 gigahertz. Put 2 gigs of memory in it, but I have 4 in there earlier. It was giving me the blinking 1 and then 3/4 solid, which would indicate a memory error. But I updated the BIOS from A05 to A07 and everything, and then put the processor back in there. But I also noticed when I was putting the processor in there, it actually snaps in there. I wasn't letting it snap in there earlier when I tried to put it in there, and it wouldn't post or anything. So I think it was either I didn't have the processor put in all the way, or it just needed the BIOS update. But it went from a Pentium 4 hyper-threading LG 775 to a 945D 3.4 gigahertz. So this one I put the thermal paste on as well. So and so far it's working just fine. I just have to put the rest of the memory in there, and we'll run some diagnostics on it, and then finish building it. So for each one of these was like $6 on eBay. The guy who sent it kinda, he didn't do bad, but he could have packaged it a little bit better. Yep, Jeffrey's home from school. You can hear him singing in there. It's a beautiful 58 degree day today. Hardly any wind. It's awesome out. Hardly any clouds or anything. But look what they did a couple days ago. They went all around each home over here and just dumped piles and piles of dirt over here. It does not look as bad over here as it does over on ours, mainly because of all these super big clumps. Otherwise, yeah, I agree with what they're doing and everything to help keep water from going on underneath the homes, everything. But these super big clumps here, yeah, you can break them apart, but they're a pain in the ass to do that. So our next project is to go around here, trim this up a little bit, thin this out, get rid of all these clumps here, and they're supposed to be coming out and seeding it with grass. And possibly this summer, they're going to be coming out, well, they're taking bids right now, to repave some of the driveways that are in really bad shape. Pretty much like ours. Let me show you here in just a second. And Jeffrey's still singing. Nothing wrong with that. But this one here, I mean, it's really bad over here. It's like a little moon craters here. It's really bad. But anyway, called the office yesterday. They said they're taking bids on it, but that's no guarantee, and we don't even know if that's going to happen this year or next year. And the other day I decided to take the back off of my driver's seat in our car. This is what I found out. This is the, well, actually this is the motor for, I guess is what's called lumbar. It's supposed to raise and lower this thing, which it just sits there and clicks continuously. And this one here is for the back reclining, and that just clicks. It does not move at all. So I got to figure out how to remove these motors here and go to the local salvage yard and see if they have any good ones that are there for a reasonable price. Otherwise I'm going to be paying $80 plus for that, and about the same for that. Shopping with Jeffrey today. Okay, drop it in there, buddy.
I understand the under of the MPE. Ha ha.
Ha 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 ha. Yes.